What is going on, guys? Welcome. My name is Matt. I am from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. And of course, if you're looking for more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun advice, there's always plenty of it waiting for you right over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. And don't forget to come join us here on Fridays. We're live Friday nights talking Royal Caribbean with you right here on YouTube. So make sure you're following. Add a like to this video already. Turn on your notifications for the channel so that way you don't miss out on any of the fun. Hello, James, our first chatter in. Welcome. Glad you are here. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. And we are talking about something I am really excited about, and that is Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship. She is about to begin her transatlantic cruise to North America. We're talking all about her today. Hello, Amy Clute. Hello, Tiffany. Walter, what's going on? Shannon Broadway, welcome. Ron Ladowski, welcome. Barry Ballard, welcome. Joe is joining us here. Denver, going on your first cruise on Symphony this November. Well, not my first cruise, but I am going on Symphony this November as well. Which Denver, which sailing are you on? Amy Clute is so excited for the group cruise. I am too, Amy. Of course, Amy and I are talking about the Royal Caribbean Blog group cruise on Symphony of the Seas coming up here November 17th. It is just weeks away. Rachel McCartney, what's going on? Happy Friday. Sarah Baker, welcome. Karen Bartel with a weird name. Welcome, Karen. Glad to have you here. Happy Friday. Jess G, can't wait until February. Love it. Well, let's start off today's YouTube Live with the most important question. How many days do you have until your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type it in chat right now. Let's count down together. Hello, Sydney Forrester. Welcome. Welcome. Joe wants to know, is Symphony coming to Asia? No, but the next new Royal Caribbean cruise ship, Spectrum of the Seas, is coming to Asia. Hello, Vlog Channel. Tiana from Australia. First time watching you go live. Going on your first cruise February 2020. On Voyager of the Seas. Tiana, welcome. My name is Matt. I am so glad you are here. And your first cruise, Voyager of the Seas 2020. Awesome. There's only one problem. Your cruise is way too far away. You need to go on a cruise before that. Mellow Bulldog, welcome. Red Baker, what's going on? Tara is here. Cruising on Symphony, June 2019. Rachel McCartney counting down to 16 days until her next Royal Caribbean cruise. Kathy Drew at 132 days till Ovation of the Seas. Barry currently planning her group cruise on Symphony 2021. Tiffany going on a cruise in July 2019. Hello, TP. Welcome. Sarah Annette, welcome. Glad to have you here as well as we talk about Symphony of the Seas. Mello just started listening to your podcast and love them. Thank you. We do a new podcast episode every Wednesday at royalcaribbeanblog.com/podcast. They're free to listen to. Check them on out. It's on Google Play, iTunes, everywhere you can listen to a podcast. Hello, Ella. Shannon, 51 Days till Empress of the Seas. Ron Ladowski, welcome. 251 Days till Anthem of the Seas. Cruising Through Life with Cindy, 7 days away. Sarah Baker going to Independence in December. Sarah H, 3 months till Freedom. Crazy Cat Traveler just came over from Cruise Tips TV. Awesome. Love Sherry. She does a great job. JD, just changed your screen name. It's Debbie Strieger. Welcome, Debbie. Glad to have you here again. All right, guys, we're talking about Symphony of the Seas, and if you missed it, Symphony is almost on her way over here. She's been spending her summer over in Europe, but it's just about time for Symphony of the Seas to come over to the United States. She's about to embark on her transatlantic sailing, which is a repositioning sailing from Barcelona, Spain, which is where she's been based out of since she debuted all the way back in April. And she's going to sail across the Atlantic over here to North America to her brand new home in Miami. We're going to start in Miami, actually, is some of the things I'm looking forward to the most, because did you guys see the new photos we posted at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com of the new cruise terminal Royal Caribbean built? It is amazing. Check this out. This is the new cruise terminal Royal Caribbean built specifically for this ship. It is arguably as beautiful a building as Symphony is to look at. We have full photos of this at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, the total venue. It's an incredible space, and there's no doubt in my mind that to start off with, when we're talking about reasons to be excited for Symphony of the Seas or things we're looking forward to about Symphony of the Seas, we got to start with the cruise terminal, a brand new facility built for Symphony. And what's nice about it is traditionally cruise terminals are kind of like warehouses. They're just, places that you go in, you go on board your ship, and that's about it. But this is really a nice place to go actually spend time in those little bit of time you actually have before when you get to the terminal to when you get on board the ship. Now the reality is Royal Caribbean built this really amazing building, but they really don't want you hanging out there. What I mean by that is Royal Caribbean actually designed this terminal to get you from curb to onboard the ship as quick as possible. They want you there in a matter of minutes. You're going to love Symphony of the Seas, whether you're a foodie or you just like to have Tanache here and there. Man, there's a ton of stuff on Symphony of the Seas. Let's start off with a brand new restaurant Royal Caribbean introduced on Symphony called Hooked. Now, if there's one cuisine Royal Caribbean really hasn't done much, if at all, lately, it's seafood. I mean, really, like, fresh seafood hasn't really been a thing on Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean is looking to change that with Hooked, which is a new specialty restaurant that has a seafood motif. There's going to be oysters. Obviously, fish will be on the menu. In short, if you're looking for some great surf and turf, and mostly surf rather than turf, you're going to love Hooked as well. That's going to be over in the Solarium. Awesome, great place. Of course, they also introduced a new bar slash lounge slash place to hang out without the kids. Maybe with the kids too. Who knows? That's Playmakers over on the boardwalk. In fact, the entire boardwalk has been kind of reimagined. The Boardwalk Neighborhood is one part of Symphony of the Seas on the back of the ship. And traditionally, the boardwalk has been an area that is obviously existed on other Oasis-class ships, but Royal Caribbean decided to rethink it a little bit, and they took an entire section of the boardwalk and dedicated to Playmakers, which is a sports bar, arcade, and general watering hole to kind of hang out at. I think it's awesome. I can't wait for that. Dawn is in our chat. Welcome, Dawn. Glad to have you here. I'm sorry you guys are having issues with the stream here. I got to check the stream health. Looks good on my end. I apologize if you're having some issues with what it looks like on your end. I'm sorry about that. It should be reasonably well. I'm not seeing any issues here, but if you have any issues, one thing you can also try is hitting pause and play again if you're watching this live. Sorry about that, but I do apologize. In between. Did anyone see this? The wing challenge in Playmakers, where you have to eat like 100 wings, buffalo wings, in a certain amount of time. Maybe in my youth I could have done it. Not anymore. Nowadays I'm like that country music song. Like, I'm not as good as I once was, but I was once as good as I ever was. I'm not sure I could eat like 100 wings at any given time, but maybe back in the day. Mike Pastore, welcome. Glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us here. Also on Symphony of the Seas, how about this? How about the return of Hairspray to Royal Caribbean? The awesome Broadway musical is coming back. It's actually already back on Symphony of the Seas. Some of you, who, if you cruised with Royal Caribbean before, may recall Oasis of the Seas rather, had Hairspray back in the day, but then it left. But it's coming back. It's not coming back. It is back on Symphony of the Seas. It is here. It is a fantastic classic musical. So already Royal Caribbean going in and taking a Broadway tradition of having a revival, right? A show that existed before, bring it back, all new cast, and all the great songs that you've probably already know. Remember, Good Morning Baltimore. Anyway, I digress. Whether you like the Ricky Lake movie or the new movie with Zac Efron, or you just like the Broadway show in its classic form. This is the whole show, by the way. Something Royal Caribbean doesn't get enough credit for is this isn't a medley of Hairspray. This is the full show that you would see if you were on New York City, if Hairspray was playing on Broadway itself, on a touring company. It's great. Naomi's in our chat from Australia. Welcome. Naomi says, love Royal Caribbean for sending us Ovation of the Sea. So rare for us to get a new ship. Absolutely, Naomi. And you're also getting a Spectrum of the Seas coming next year, which is pretty darn cool. Cindy likes cats more. Wow, really? I admire your gumption. Cindy likes Hairspray as well. Vlog so cool. I've never seen it in the cruise. Maybe it's the first cruise that ever happened on. Yeah, you know what's funny is I'm not the biggest Broadway fan. My wife loves Broadway. And, of course, I'm a supportive husband, so I go down there and I bring a beer with me. And I'll tell you, it is a lot of fun. The Broadway shows, Royal Caribbean does a great job with them. The Broadway shows are really enjoyable. I like them a lot. And the best part about the Broadway show, by the way, it's included in your cruise fare. How cool is that? I do see, by the way, the internet kind of being wonk. I said my signal's really It's terrible. Oh no, it's just this thing. I think the, you know what I should have done? Holy moly, leave me alone on this thing. What I should have done was change my internet, reset my internet before I came on here. I apologize about that. Sound is fine here. Good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know why I don't know. Anyway, I digress. We're going to move on there. So we're talking about hairspray. How about also, have you guys seen the Ultimate Abyss? This is a dry slide. Royal Caribbean added water slides. We'll get to that in a second. But the Ultimate Abyss on Symphony of the Seas is incredible. This is a dry slide that goes all the way on the back of the ship, from the top of the ship down like 10 stories. It's incredible. Tiana, do all Royal Caribbean ships have a Starbucks? No, not all ships have a Starbucks. The Oasis-class ships do, Tiana, including Symphony of the Seas. But not all ships have an actual Starbucks location. But not to worry, Tiana. If you want espresso-based drinks, you want like a latte, a macchiato, an espresso, white chocolate mocha, they have them on all the Royal Caribbean ships. That's not a problem. You'll get them at places like Cafe Promenade or Cafe Latitude. Depends on the ship we're talking about. But yes, there is plenty of stuff for you to enjoy over there. Mello shows anytime dining, and I have reserved all my dining times online. But when I click on my calendar, it doesn't show the times I selected. As long as you have the reservations, you should be able to see that in your calendar. You should be okay. Make sure you actually went through checkout, Mello, right? Like you didn't just like select times and then left it in your cart. Lorna went on Ultimate Abyss, was on it on Harmony. Yeah, I did it on Harmony this season. It was great. Bob, dry slide sounds painful. Actually, you go on a mat. So you're not sliding. It's not skin to slide. There's a mat you sit in, you put your feet in, you hold the mat, and you're good to go. Jessica wants to know with the Ultimate Abyss, do you know if there are height limits? There are. I don't know them off the top of my head. I apologize. But it is a really fun thing. If you qualify to go on it, you should definitely check it out. But of course, the Ultimate Abyss is just one of many activities you can do on Symphony of the Seas. There's glow-in-the-dark laser tag. There's water slides. There's actually 3 different water slides. Plus, the Ultimate Abyss is dry slide, 2 flow rider surf simulators. I'd say this is. I'm trying to hang 10, but I have really no idea what the proper position is for surfing. There's an escape room game, aqua theater shows. There's a lot to do on Symphony of the Seas, and this is why I really, really love Royal Caribbean's Oasis-class ships, because Royal Caribbean didn't just design, let's build a cruise ship, to bring you from point A to point B. They said, let's build a cruise ship that can bring you to point A to point B that also has so many things to do on board, quite frankly, you won't be able to do it all. That's the reality, and I love that because I relish the opportunity to try as many things as possible, to be able to have as much fun, and for families, it is great having so many choices. Love it. I'm going to get you guys the information on the Ultimate Abyss. Hang on a second, I'll get it for you. The restrictions, because I know that a couple people are asking about that, and that's a really good question about, what the... this is probably based on Harmony, but I'm sure it's the same thing over here. That's not it. Let's see here. I'm looking for the height. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh, wait, that's the... I don't know if it's the water slides. Hang on. Abyss. Okay, here are the restrictions. Height, weight, whatever, for the Ultimate Abyss. Guests must be 44 inches, 1.1 meter tall to go on the slide. The maximum weight of a participant cannot exceed 330 pounds or 149 kilograms. Only one person on the slide at any time, and children cannot ride on the lap of another parent. So you got to go by yourself. You got to be 44 inches tall, and you cannot exceed 330 pounds. So there you go. And thank you to Billy from cruiseabbott.com and Cindy for confirming those other information for me. I do appreciate that. But it's very, very good point, and I'm sure a lot of people want to wonder about those things. If you're wondering about the water slides, the slides, you have to be 48 inches tall. So 48 inches tall, at least, to ride the water slides. Whereas the Ultimate Abyss, you have to be 44 inches. So I want to make sure. Jody, what about glasses? Oh, you mean like, can you wear glasses on the slide? I think that's fine. I might put them in my pocket, but you actually, what's funny about the Ultimate Abyss is I don't feel like you go quite as fast as it may look. Let like, here's a look at the slide. This is what we're talking about over here, guys. And this slide, I mean, it looks intense. I'm not gonna lie. When I went on the Ultimate Abyss for the first time, I was a little scared when I got up to that platform. But it really does not go nearly as fast as it looks. So, is there a weight restriction on the water slides? I don't believe so. I think there's got to be, though. There's got to be a weight restriction on the slides, because I know on other ships. Hang on. Water slide. I have this. See, I write everything out on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, so that way I don't have to remember it. Let's see here. Weights. Yes. So. It seems to vary. I know on Liberty of the Seas. Oh no, sorry. The Perfect Storm, 48 inches tall. But the weight restriction seems to vary from ship to ship. On Liberty, guests may weigh a maximum of 300 pounds, but on Adventure, guests may not weigh more than 250 and 220 pounds, depending on the slide. So you're somewhere in that ballpark, let's put it that way. Austin, they will not let you wear a GoPro on your head while you go down the slide. That's true. Yes, I tried doing that one there. But it's good questions all around. All right, let's talk about more. So we're talking about some of the fun things to do on there. Of course, Symphony is the biggest ship in the world, so you've got a lot of dining, great entertainment. There's a ton of shows. We all talk about Hairspray, but don't forget you've got the Aqua Theater shows. Have you ever seen the Aqua Theater shows? So Royal Caribbean built this theater called the Aqua Theater. It's an amphitheater in the back of the ship, which, as the name implies, has a large pool. So what's interesting about this show is it combines acrobatics, diving, and a really cool story as well. It is a lot of fun, I gotta tell you. Melodox says, I better go on the slides at the beginning of the cruise. That's planning right there. I like it. Vlog Channel wants to know, do you have to pay for the shows or does it come included? It is included with your cruise fare. So we're talking about the Aqua Theater shows, Hairspray, Flight, Hero, any of the shows you see in the theater or in the Aqua Theater are included in your cruise fare. Like, that's a really big deal, because if you saw Hairspray touring around the closest city you live near, I mean, you're paying, easily $40, $50 a person for the cheap seats, right? So this is included in your cruise fare. How cool is that? Love that. There's a lot that's included in your cruise fare, right? Bob, are there any animals to Coco Cay? Not really. I mean, could you see some? Sure. I mean, there'll be occasional bird, some fish in the water, but it's not like, a bastion of wildlife around you. It's not the jungle or anything like that. JD says, sorry if you said this already, but does Ovation of the Seas have escape rooms? They do have an escape room game. It's not a dedicated space. So on Symphony of the Seas, they built Escape the Rubicon. It's a dedicated escape room venue, which is really cool. On Ovation of the Seas, Jay, they still have an escape room game on there, but they reuse a venue for, like, on Anthem, it was the Teen Club, and I believe they do that. Lorna wants to know, can you pre-book the shows? Yes, on Symphony of the Seas, you can and should pre-book your entertainment. You can't pre-book entertainment for all ships. It's only available on the Quantum and Oasis class ships, but I do recommend booking your entertainment as much as you can before the ship, before your cruise, rather, if you have that option available to you, because A, there's no cost to pre-book it, and B, it just makes your life a whole lot easier in order to make sure you're getting in these shows. When you pre-book a show, you don't get like a specific seat. You're not booking like seat 7, row A, right? It's not like that. What you're doing instead is it's like general admission. If you show up to the show at least 5 or 10 minutes before showtime, you will be admitted before anybody else who does not have a ticket. There is no ticket; it's just all digital, right? You just do one of these bad boys. You flash your SeaPass card, and then you're allowed in. They scan it, assuming you have a ticket, of course, and then you grab a seat. So first come, first serve, but still having a seat really makes a big difference there, and it's amazing. Cindy says, "I love to do the escape room. I've done the escape room on Harmony of the Seas, the Anthem of the Seas. I think I did it on Quantum. I don't think so. I did it on Anthem for sure, and it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. I already have it booked on Symphony of the Seas coming up, so already going to go there again. There is an extra cost for the escape room game. I will tell you that it is well worth it. It's a lot of fun. Denver wants to know, how do I get a reservation for specialty dining if I don't know what non is, if no longer available on the cruise planner? Is there a wait list? There may be, Denver. Are you talking about the dining packages or an actual restaurant? If you're talking about like, hey, I want to go eat at Izumi Hibachi, which is one of the amazing restaurants on Symphony of the Seas, and you're not seeing availability online, don't worry. There still may be availability. First and foremost, people cancel all the time, so I would recommend you keep checking back between now and your sale date for updates and new options available. But let's say you do that. You're doing your homework, but gosh darn it, you just can't get anything else. When you get on board the ship, I would go down to the restaurant immediately on day one and ask for a reservation, ask if there is a wait list. In a lot of cases, you may be able to get in. The times may not be ideal. Some venues are extremely popular. The Izumi Hibachi is very popular and also has very limited seating, so that can be kind of an issue there. But okay, an actual restaurant, Wonderland Denver. Okay, so let's use Wonderland as an example. The good news is there's a lot more availability for Wonderland. Again, I would do exactly what I just told you to do. Keep checking, once a day or two or three. Go onto the cruise planner, see if there's any availability. But if there isn't any, Denver, when you get on board the ship, go to the restaurant on day one and inquire about it. I've had pretty good luck with that. In my experience, I can't promise you anything, but in my experience, the online inventory of bookings is not fully representative of what's actually available. What that means is there's usually some spots that open up. Amy wants to know, can you reserve lunch before you board the ship or only after you get on board? Only when you get on board. You really can't book lunch on Royal Caribbean ships for specialty restaurants, but quite frankly, you don't need to. They're not nearly as in demand. So, Cindy says, hit that thumbs up, friends. Yes, absolutely, guys. If you're enjoying this video, I think it's below this video, hit the thumbs up on there so we can get it makes everybody in YouTube smile, including myself. Mello says, are the restrictions posted clearly at the bottom of the slides? Oh yeah, no, there is. Before you even get near the slides, there's usually a large placard that you can see that will explain that to you. And in fact, not only that, there's usually a crew member right at the bottom to ensure that nobody's getting up to the top of the slide and then being sent back down, like kids or something like that. So, absolutely. Yeah, Amy, first, for lunch, you can probably this is what I would tell you. You can't pre-book it, but you could probably show up. But even when you get on board the ship, Amy, you can make a reservation. Sometimes they may tell you we don't need one. You can just show up. But on board, you should be able to do that. Jody has lunch reservation at Hooked and booked lunch at Chops. That's right. I forgot about Chops. You're right about that. And actually, Jamie's, I think, offers it. I'm going to amend what I said earlier. Some restaurants do, some don't. But you shouldn't feel too concerned about lunch. There's far less demand for lunch than there is for dinner. Ella, did you answer my question about specialty coffee being included in a drink package? Oh, no, I missed that one. I'm sorry, Ella. What was your... I'm going to scroll back if it's not too far back. But feel free to type it back in, Ella, if I can't easily find it. Because I know we talked about... I know you asked about the Starbucks thing. Let me put it this way. I think I know what your question was anyway, which is about... if you have a drink package, like the deluxe beverage package or the Royal Refreshment package, yes... espresso-based drinks are included in your drink package. So let's talk about Symphony of the Seas as the example here. You cannot use your drink package benefits at Starbucks, like the Starbucks kiosk that is on Symphony of the Seas. But you can still get lattes, macchiatos, white chocolate mochas, frappuccinos over at Cafe Promenade, at Park Cafe, in a specialty restaurant. Those are still included in the cost of your drink package. No additional cost there, so you're good to go. Ella wants to know, does Royal Caribbean have a coffee card or drink package that includes specialty coffee? Yes, there is a coffee card and a drink package that includes it. The drink package that included specialty coffee would be the deluxe beverage package, aka the unlimited alcohol package, as well as the Royal Refreshment package, which is sometimes called the non-alcoholic package. The soda package does not include it, Ella. And the other thing is there is a coffee card that you can usually buy before the cruise via your cruise planner. This is just essentially it's a punch card, and you can use it. What's nice about the punch card is you can share the benefits of the punch card, whereas you cannot share the benefits, I should say, of the drink package. So like if you bought a coffee card, you could share that with your kids, with your siblings, with your spouse, anybody on board with the coffee card. That's allowed. But if you buy the drink package, you may not share the benefits with any other guests on board. TP says, do you think we have a chance of getting another Quantum class ship after Anthem leaves New Jersey? I do. I really feel very confidently that Spectre, the fifth Quantum class ship, the Quantum Ultra class ship that comes after Spectrum of the Seas, the one that debuts in 2020, is coming to North America. I heard Royal Caribbean CEO Michael Bailey hint at it quite strongly a couple weeks ago when he was on Harmony of the Seas as part of the President's Cruise. If I was a betting man, let's put it that way, TP, I would put money down that's going to happen. So, vlog, will you let me decorate the room when I got it for my birthday? Yes, you may put decorations on your stateroom door, in your room. You just can't have anything that, like, you can't use tape or glue. You may use magnets to keep things in place, but no tape, no glue. Crazy Traveler wants to know, best ship for solo traveler, think about Australia or South Pacific. I mean, for you, Ovation of the Seas. Can't go wrong with that. I think you'd love it. Ella, if you don't use all the punches on the card, can you take it on a future cruise? No. That's kind of the other caveat about that. So with the coffee card, if you, I forget how many punches are on that card, but whatever it is, if you don't use them all, either use them or lose them. That you can't use them on subsequent sailings. So it's a good question. These are great questions, guys. Thank you for joining us here. And of course, if you have questions about Royal Caribbean or Symphony of the Seas, we're talking about Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship, Symphony of the Seas. But of course, whatever's on your mind really about Royal Caribbean, we're here to talk about. Love that. Look at that. You see what that is, by the way? I would just brought this up because it was a nice graphic, a symphony. But that's actually a zip line. You can go zip lining across the boardwalk deck, 10 stories above the boardwalk. It's included in the cost of your cruise. I remember doing this on Allure of the Seas, and I was there with Billy, who's right here in our chat, or was in our chat, from cruisehabit.com. I was really nervous about it. I thought I'd do it once and then like run away like a little girl crying, but I loved it. I ended up doing it 2 more times. It's a lot of fun. It's included in your cruise cost. Of course, you can also do the rock climbing wall on Symphony of the Seas, included in your cruise cost. You can go ice skating at sea on your Royal Caribbean ship, included in your cruise cost. And speaking of ice skating, you should also check out the Ice Skating Show 1977, which is the brand new ice skating show on Symphony of the Seas. Everybody is raving about that show, and the best part about 1977, besides it being super amazing, is it's also included in the cost of your cruise. Sarah, missed your Miss Cruise Tips TV stream. Glad I caught you. Yeah, I did as well. I'm sorry I missed it today, but Sarah, I'm glad you're here as well. And a big shout out to all our friends who also check out Sherry over at Cruise Tips. She does a great job in there. I'm a huge fan of what she does, and I'm glad you guys are also coming over here as well. Jody says, will you be selling a Symphony soon? I have not 1, not 2, but 3 Symphony of the Seas sailings coming up just in November. Actually, 2 weeks from tomorrow, I will be on Symphony of the Seas. So maybe I'll have to do a Facebook Live, or a YouTube Live rather. We'll do a Facebook Live too, but I'll have to do a YouTube Live from on board Symphony of the Seas. I'm going on November 9th, November 13th, and November 17th. So, lots of fun there. Jay, thank you for the super chat, dude. Love that. Much obliged. You certainly don't have to do that, but thank you. Jody reminds me, if you're going to go to do things like rock climbing or ice skating, you need to bring socks and long pants, which is a great tip because don't forget that, when you're thinking Symphony cruising in the Caribbean, you're thinking shorts, you're thinking beaches, you're thinking tank tops, bikinis, I don't know what else you think about, but packing pants and socks, like, white socks or athletic socks, not usually on your mind, right? So I know I'm guilty of this. So make sure you definitely bring those things with you. Because there have been many a cruise where I realize when I get on board, I'm like, oh no, oh fudge, and you realize you didn't bring it on there. Let's see here. Nkajnag. Oh, I'm definitely not saying that right. Any advice, tips for Majesty this is going on your first cruise in December? I went on Majesty for the first time in July of this year. We went to Cuba. It's a really fun little ship. What's great about Majesty is it doesn't take a lot of time to get from point A to point B on board. But check out the venues. They have some great lounges on Majesty. I'd also point out that if you're interested, I'll post the URL right now in chat. If you go to majestyoftheseas.live, I did a live blog from Majesty of the Seas. And if you want to see what we've done on board there, let me give you an idea of what to expect. Let's see here. Oops, I missed Austin's going to Independence of the Seas in 45 days. Nice. Let's see here. Billy says, I wear a corduroy blazer on the zip line. What happened to decency and dress code? Which is ironic because Billy doesn't like getting dressed up for dinner, but will get dressed up for the zip line. Austin, can you buy socks on board? Maybe. It's going to be expensive. I've never tried buying socks. You can buy some basic things on board, but bring your own socks, dude. Do yourself a favor. Tiano says, where can you get the Monopoly game behind me? Actually, that was a gift that they gave to Royal Caribbean gave to travel agents on Independence of the Seas. eBay is the only place you can get it these days, which I know is not the answer you're looking for. There are not many out there, and they're usually very expensive if they do show up. But eBay. Saratan going on Voyager November 2019. Nice. It's more than a year away. Well, you know what that means? You just need to book another cruise between now and then. That's all. That's the sensible thing to do. And when you look at your cruise countdown and you're like, oy vey, what did I do? It's too far away. Don't cancel that cruise. Book another cruise before then to get you there. It's amazing how your perspective will change all of a sudden about that. Amy Rogers, my sister, and I went on Majesty to Cuba in June. We absolutely loved the ship. I had a great time, Amy, on Majesty going to Cuba. I mean, first of all, going to Cuba was not only a huge item off my bucket list, but an amazing experience altogether. And being able to try out Majesty of the Seas was also a lot of fun. We had a really good time on there, despite the fact that I think I was in a lot of pain on that cruise because I had just thrown my back out. But if you're going to have back problems, may as well be on a cruise ship, right? Red Baker says, what are you planning for 2020 or thinking for? Also, are you going out through the Crown of Miami November sailings? Yes, we are going to the sailings and the Crown of Miami sailings. That's the new cruise terminal in Miami. It's the only place Symphony can sail out of. So, yep, definitely going out of there. For 2020, I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I was trying to plan some new Royal Caribbean blog group cruises, and we're thinking maybe Europe. Maybe this is the year 2020 that we go over to Europe. It'll be our 10th anniversary rather of RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. What do you guys think? Where should we go for 2020? What kind of sailings would you want to do in the year 2020? Type it in chat right now. I'd love to hear what kind of sailings you're interested in going on. Maybe it's a bucket list. Another bucket list cruise I've always wanted to do is Panama Canal, but my problem is vacation time. I can't dedicate 2 weeks of vacation time in like one foul swoop. I like spreading it out over the course of the year, you know. Mike Pastore, YOLO indeed. JD's got 513 days. JD, you got to book another cruise. Chelly is here going on Adventure of the Seas in December for 7 days. Is there plenty for my teens to do? Oh yeah. First of all, there's a whole teens club. There's teens programming on board. They will find plenty of other teenagers to hang out with. Plus water slides, plus the pool, plus awesome food. They'll have a great time, no question about that. Bob wants to know, what are the chances the water park will be open in Coco Cay by Memorial Day weekend 2019? Pretty good, at least part of it, Bob. They're targeting May as the opening of the first phase. So by Memorial Day weekend, Bob, at least some of the water park should be open. Some aspects of it should be open. Matt loves smaller ships, Jody. Not quite. JD wants to go to Australia. Okay, if you're from Australia, you may not vote for Australia as a cruise for me, although for you, I can understand that. I'd love to get to Australia. I'm just not. I'll be honest. I'm not going to fly 24 hours. I don't care. I am sure. I know, in fact, Australia is a beautiful country. The South Pacific is beautiful and amazing, and incredible. But I'm just not flying 24 hours. Cindy says Italy. Amy wants to cruise from Barcelona. Jay thinks the Norwegian fjords. Cindy says Alaska. Rick Morelli is here. Big fan, going on alert in 275 days. Nice. Welcome, Rick. Glad to have you here. Jody says Croatia and Venice. That's a great suggestion, actually, Jody. I like that. Chantra, Australia for 2020. Siratan, going to go to the next cruise in 2019 for another in 2020. I like your plan. Very, very good. Billy says we talk timelines a bit on the podcast episode about Coco Cay. Absolutely. SDBG91 loves my videos. Thank you very much. Going on Harmony January 2018. First time on Royals. Just for a 5-night dining package. Harmony of the Seas. Here's what you want to do. You want to go to 150 Central Park. That's 1. Sabor. That's 2. Wonderland. That's 3. Jamie's Italian. That's 4. And Izumi. That's 5. Great choices. If you want to do one more that's not included in your dining package, Izumi Hibachi is also another must-do. But it's not included in your dining package, so even if you wanted to go there, you'd have to pay extra for it. Austin is Hawaii 2020. Unfortunately, Royal Caribbean really doesn't cruise to Hawaii, with the exception of repositioning cruises that go between Australia or like Seattle, right? Alaska, let's call it that. Lorna, you got to do Australia, New Zealand. Oh no, I know it's amazing, Lorna. I'm sure. I'm not even saying I'm sure. I know it's incredible. Australia, New Zealand, South Pacific are amazing, beautiful, incredible places to visit. I'm just not flying for 24 hours. Keeping it real, guys. Lisa wants to know, what's a dining package? A dining package is an option Royal Caribbean offers in which you can dine at 3, 4, or 5 specialty restaurants on your cruise. And here's the thing. On the one hand, Royal Caribbean will allow you to dine at all those restaurants for like half the cost of if you were to pay for the same restaurants out of pocket. But the caveat, the catch, if you will, is there's 2 catches. 1, you must eat at least 1 restaurant on night 1 or night 2. And 2, you cannot book any reservations until you get on board the ship. So obviously, there may be a narrow or limited amount of selection available for you. And in my opinion, and in my experience, it's not nearly as bad as it sounds. I've usually had very, very good luck with getting all the restaurant reservations I need. But let me put it this way, Lisa. If you're interested in dining at a couple of different specialty restaurants on your Royal Caribbean cruise, a dining package is a must-do because, quite frankly, it'll just save you so much money. Jay, is there a Samba Grill on Symphony? No. The only ship that has it, unfortunately, appears to be Allure has it. Does Radiance have it? Or am I thinking of something else? But no, not on Symphony. Kevin Anderson, Ovation Hawaii to Vancouver. There you go. That's a repositioning cruise as well. But that's great. You booked that one, dude. Braden's going on Symphony of the Seas June 15th with a perfect day. Okay, can you tell me anything about anything because you know nothing about... Perfect Day Coco, can you tell me anything because you know nothing about it? I don't know. I'm not sure what that means, but Perfect Day Coco is a $200 million refurbishment or upgrade, if you will, to Coco Cay. It is a Royal Caribbean's private destination in the Bahamas. This is an incredible space. Perfect Day Coco Cay is something that Royal Caribbean decided to really add in all these things. Perfect Day Coco Cay was always a nice little place to be. It was a, it's a beach. I'm trying to pull up a video, obviously, here to show you guys, because I can talk about it all day long, but it's not going to do you any justice until you actually see it for yourself over here. So this is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. They're adding water slides, aqua park. You can see that zip line over there. This is an incredible space. I'm just, and there's my logo. Hey, look at that. Doesn't it look awesome? All right, anyway, so this is the concept art, obviously, as you can see, for Perfect Day Coco Cay. They're transforming it. I mean, they're going to over. Second, that'll open by the end of this year. Second of all, in May 2019, that'll be the first phase. The pool, the helium balloon, and a couple other things, and then work will continue through the end of 2019. In which they aim to get all of this open. But there'll be a private enclave for suite guests. There's going to be a private beach area. There's so much that is going on in this park here, guys. It's incredible to see. So it just looks amazing. I can't wait. I am so excited. We're never going to want to leave. I'm just going to spend all my time over there, right? Let's see here. Denver, will the crew expect me to tip extra if I already paid for the deluxe beverage package to include gratuity? Nope. Your gratuity is already included in there. You're good to go. Amy Clute wants to know, which special restaurants will you most look forward to on Symphony to go again or for the first time? Definitely looking forward to going to Hooked with Jody. That's the meal. That's a brand new one. Right now, I'm always a fan of 150 Central Park, Izumi Hibachi. I would say I'm also looking. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I mean, I want to check out the new. It's not a specialty restaurant, but definitely Playmakers. Want to check that out for myself. But Hooked is probably number one, just because it's a brand new venue. You know, Braden. No, I know what you meant. I know what you meant there. Kathy Constantine, welcome. Saratan, any difference in repositioning cruise, or is everything the same? A repositioning cruise is obviously a longer sailing. There tends to be a little bit older crowd on a repositioning because it requires more time off. But you get a lot of different activities. It's a cool thing. But at the heart of it, it's still a Royal Caribbean cruise. Tiffany, do you have to pay extra for Coco Cay? Some things will cost extra. Like the water park is going to cost you extra, as you might imagine, right? But to go, if you want to go do what you do if you want to go to Coco Cay and do what you do today, which is get off the ship, go to the beach, and play in the sand and enjoy the ocean, no cost to that. But some things like, obviously the cabanas will have an upcharge to it. Not everything will have an extra charge to it, but some things will, absolutely. YouTuber, does it have water slides? Oh, yes. I mean, look, you can see it right over here, dude. I mean, look at my internet. It's really weird, and I apologize for the issues here. I think it's gotten better now. But yes, there will be definitely water parks there. Is there an upcharge at the Windjammer? No. I mean, other than alcohol? Nope. It's all included in there. Jenny says, that's crazy. Too scary for you? Think you got to do it. You got no choice. Try it out, right? Jay, is Wonderland part of the dining package or sold separately? It is part of the dining package, Jay. Absolutely. Laura says I should try Wonderland. I have. Actually, I think, Billy, aren't we going there? I think I'm going to Wonderland as well. But I'm going to do some main dining rooms on this cruise, to be certain. Red Baker, does it have to be dinner for the dining package, or or can you do them for lunch? For most dining packages, Red Baker, it's for dinner. The exception is there's the ultimate dining package, which allows you to eat at every night at a specialty restaurant and at specialty restaurants for lunch on sea days. So you have that as well. All right, guys, my internet's being really wonky, so I'm going to call it here. I apologize. I would have liked to spend a little bit longer talking with you guys, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for checking us out here. There's plenty more Royal Caribbean news and information about Symphony of the Seas at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. See you guys.